Let's talk about greenwash. Why is this important? Because you don't want to get your hide in a sling. Because the public's already keen to you. The public's already on. Okay? Many of you know this. What's the most overused green industry or historically environmental side, if you will, greenwash term that the consumer is now very, very tired of? Natural. Okay? Natural. I mean, they got their spines up right away, and they have their radar up, and they're on to you. Consumers very smart. The internet makes people very, very smart. They don't appreciate it. They want to know the facts, and they want to know what you have. Now, this green building side and the green real estate side, the same thing. Let me give you a couple of these terms, and we'll go through them. All right? Is everybody okay? We got to go through this. I mean, you have to have this, because what you don't want to do is get out there and give them the wrong information. You can't give them the wrong information. Please. Greenwash, for lack of a better way to put it, is BSing them. Okay? Giving them information that is not real to otherwise unnecessarily greenify something that isn't necessarily green, or over-exalting the greenness of something in such a way that you're really getting your feet out on the plank where you really shouldn't be. Okay. All right. Is everybody okay with that? I mean, you've got to give them the accurate information. All right. So what's my favorite word this year that I'd really like to encourage you not to use? Oh, gee, that's a subtle hint there, I guess. Sustainable. This word is problematic, in my opinion. Okay? We look at it all the time, and people use it way, 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 way too much. Okay? If you really don't want to know what it means, and you really feel like you do, then more power to you. But keep in mind, I mean, I'm John Beldock. I built my first solar water heaters at the age of 14. I've worked for the Department of Energy all my life. I'm a proud realtor. I love working with real estate, and I love working with the green industry. I've been in it my entire career. It's a wonderful career for me. Okay? I just love helping people, and I'm really proud of this group, and it's just a great area to be in. Okay? I don't use this word. Okay? I don't use it because it's loaded. It's very loaded. Well, okay. What this really means is that you've analyzed everything from what's called, and you may have already heard this in your travels, cradle to grave. Well, I've studied a lot of cradle to grave. Okay? I've studied a lot of what's called fuel cycle analysis, everywhere from the beginning to the end. And let me tell you something. When you say something is carbon neutral, or you say something is sustainable, boy, you better be really careful about what you're talking about. Because cradle to grave is big-time analysis. It takes a lot of money and a lot of time to get it right. And sustainable is a loaded term. Okay? And we're just throwing this word around like it's salt now. Okay? You hear the green industry use it all day long. You hear the real estate industry starting to use it. You just be careful. It would be better if there weren't any eco-brokers using this term right now, because, frankly, it gets you in trouble. You know what? She told me this house was sustainable, and I still got a utility bill for $100. Okay? Seriously, just think about it. All right? All right, now solar. You heard this one before. But how many of you, how would you like to be, advertising or going to a house that you've seen as solar in the MLS and find it just has a lot of windows? That's a liability issue. You just don't want to get rung up on this. She told me it was solar. Where's the solar? I think you should pay for $20,000 worth of solar here, because there's no solar. Okay? Eco-friendly. Green-friendly. Earth-friendly. Just how friendly is this stuff? Okay? Well, how friendly does it have to be before you're going to call it friendly? Okay? What does that mean? Consumers, I'm not saying this because I put it in my real estate practice and I got in trouble. I'm telling you this because the consumer is on to it. The consumer is keener to greenwash than anybody in here that's kind of learning greenwash for the first time. Okay? The consumer is onto this stuff big time. And you know why? Because of that word natural. Because the companies abused that, and then they got slapped around. They got slapped around, and now they don't use it anymore as much. They still use it, and when they do, they get slapped around. Okay. Energy efficient home. That's the classic offender now. Energy efficient home. Now, do you feel like you really want to be in the position to be characterizing this house as an energy efficient home? Think about that. I don't think you want to be. This is about, you know, keeping your play in front of you, like in soccer. You know, you keep the ball in front of you, okay? If you say energy efficient home, I can guarantee you one or two of the balls have got past you. Okay, this is about keep the ball in front of you. Energy efficient home is not keeping the ball in front of you because that's a big label. And you know what? Okay, just how energy efficient is it? Let the raters do that. Let the utilities do that. Let the guys out in the outside, you know, let the guys with the property qualifications do that for you. Okay? All right. Let the experts do the labeling. Green home, same thing as energy efficient home. Well, just how green is it? Is it light green, medium green, dark green? You know, you pick your green. I like a lot of different colors of green, well, as you could tell. But, you know, be careful with that. Green home, this is a green home. Whew, I'm going to tell you, that's loaded. You got to keep the ball where you can see it. Okay? Energy efficient windows. Energy efficient windows. How many times have you heard that one? How confident are you that you want to be in the business of differentiating between the windows? Is anybody really confident they want to be in? You got to, Pella's out there. You let that guy do it. But everybody other than Pella, is there anybody that wants to be in the business of differentiating between windows? Okay? That is not our business. Okay? And as you heard earlier, I mean, you got to know what our business is versus what everybody else's business is. Tell them the difference between argon and other gas, triple pane and double pane, low E and other. I mean, that being said, this is not your business. It's just not. And I hope that doesn't burst anybody's bubble. But you just don't want to be in that. You don't want to be wrong. Let those guys do it. You know what? The Pella guy has to live somewhere too. You might sell him a house at the same time. All right? All right, let the experts do it. All right, let me give you a few more and we'll go and we'll pop on because we got to go to solar this afternoon because you guys are here about that 50% off sale. All right, environmentally sensitive. What's environmentally sensitive? Please, be careful. Ecologically sensitive. I mean, I've been in this business my whole life. You know what? I'd say to somebody, I thought you did a sensitive job of building that road up through that drainage in such a way that you were careful about the erosion and so forth. But you know what? Would I label that as ecologically sensitive in the MLS or do something like that? It's not my place. Excuse me. It's just not my place. Okay? Let somebody with the proper credentials, as in including insurance, do that for you. Okay? Who has the proper insurance for the task at hand. All right? Earth sensitive, same thing. Possibly, but without definitional challenges. I mean, you have to be careful. You've got to be careful about these terms. Save the planet. All right, all right. I mean, that's less of a reach. Everybody wants to save the planet. It's a good theme, okay? But you're not going to save the planet with this one house, okay? You know, buy this house, save the planet. That's a bit of a reach, okay? All right, you want to do something along the lines of Robert Kennedy. All right, you're going to make a nice contribution here. You're to be commended. I'm getting to get you a hell of a closing gift because you did a great job here. All right? Maybe I might get you a setback thermostat, but it's probably already got that. All right, or so, whatever. I might get you a beautiful closing basket from the utility, you know, who might have some energy efficient light bulbs for you or something of that nature. All right? Every bit counts, but it takes a village. So to save the planet with one house is just, you know, it's a bit much.